So here we are. In the last video, I did the last purple Tunisian crochet knit stitch square, and I have 6 of them because Tunisian crochet likes to curl up. I have to block them out. Stop it. Here is, in my baby's room again, here is my crappy cork board that I use for blocking. I got little 2-inch squares drawn across it, and I have done a couple more of the pixel art, the 8-bit Pokemon with the duplicate stitch on the knit side, but I'm getting to the point where I have to do another purple one, so I have to block the rest of the purple squares so I can make them flat and do Pokemon on the purple squares, because that's what the pattern calls for, or whatever, the plans, the mock-up, whatever. So here is the the last 6 purple squares that I'm going to block. Show y'all how I do my crappy blocking today. I use, it's meant to be like a travel iron, but it's a steam iron, so it gets it wet and it gets it, it heats it, so it kills the fabric in 2 different ways to where it will stay flat. So it gets a little wet, I pin it down, and then I steam iron it, and I mean to get it wet. They say not to, but there's some people who block by getting it wet and letting it dry, and some people who use heat, they just use a dry iron. This ensures that it will stay flat for the most part. So as a reminder, this project is 32 squares. They're all Tunisian crochet knit stitch because I'm not really rocking with the granny squares. And yeah, so I'm getting to the point, I've done all of these. I've done almost all of these, but I have to do another purple one. So that's why I have to block the rest of the purple. So I have shown the first 8 that I've done, but I've done a couple more. I've done 5 more, but I've drawn out the pixel art to do multiple more. So I did Butterfree, Pidgey, and Gengar. My boyfriend made fun of me. He was like, it needs to be more round. It is pixel art. What do you want me to do? Meow. And then I was going to do Chimchar, but she said she likes Litten, so I took Chimchar away and I put Litten in its place. And then this, for example, is Zubat, and it's going to be on a purple square, so I have to block them. And then so I can't do Zubat yet. So I went ahead and I started making plans for the other sleeve. So Togepi, the art planning, the mock-up is done. And then I've drawn some crappy graphs to do the rest of that other sleeve. So here's what these other 5 look like. So Butterfree, the little lines in the wings turned into a mess, and I don't know why, but I can, like, after I pick this project back up, I can't center them. Like, I'll start and then I'll find out that it's close to one of the edges, whether it's the top or bottom or one of the sides, but you know, we persevere. I don't know. So this is Litten, Meowth, be careful, drop that on your foot, that's gonna hurt, Gengar, and Pidgey. So I gotta block the purple so I can do Zubat, and there's like 2 other purple squares on the other sleeve that I'm trying to work on now. So honestly, I really live with my hair up all the time, but it also makes me look like a thumb. So I'm trying not to shoot videos with my hair up, but it's inevitable. So what I do here is I start by pinning the 4 corners, and then there is a hellacious amount of pins that I stick all the way down just to hold it flat and out. Okay, so here goes 1. I'm going to pin it in the corners, and then I'll update as I hammer more and more pins with my little make-it-yourself furniture hammer. I don't even know which one this came with, but anyway, here we go. So now we have it pinned, just the corners, and I literally just like hammer these in so they don't pop out. And I kind of put them in at an angle at times, so that way this one popped out already. That's why I gotta hammer them. But I put them in and I curl them out like that, so that way it will hold it open on there for when I kill the fabric. I want it to be held open and then dry that way before I unpin them. So here now there's a couple more, and you see it just wants to curl up. That's why I gotta pin the crap out of it along all the sides. And yeah, so we'll just keep going. So now we've got, look at all these pins, and I put them at an angle, like I said, to pull this open. So I got this side and the bottom side, and then you can see how the top is still trying to curl. So we just got to pin the crap out of it. And even after I kill the fabric, I can only iron inside of here because there's so many pins on the borders. And then when I unpin them, I then iron out the edges as well. So now we have it pinned all the way out. So we turned this into that. I'm gonna turn all of them into that. There's enough room on here for me to block out about 6. So this one's really curly, and it's gonna take a lot of pins to stretch this baby out. Look at that. So now we got 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we're gonna steam them, steam iron them or whatever, and then once that dries, take them off the board and then like iron out the edges and then let them dry again under like a heavy book. I really got to stretch some of this one is really curly, like I said. Alright, here's my little steam iron thing. Make sure it's full of water. So then we just see how it's a little wet. I'm just ironing it. And it smells. It's like burning it, but whatever. I'm just iron it in between all of these. My baby's back there having a tantrum. I don't know if you can even hear that over the air conditioner right next to me, but Dad's back there with him, so he is okay. Just iron that baby out, you know. See, it's the light's on because it's steaming it a little bit. I don't know. You can see it's getting wet. Definitely feels wet and hot. Should not have touched it, but. And then, like I said, I can't reach these edges. So after it dries, and I unpin it, then I iron like this over the sides as well. So, I'm ironing all of them. Try to take this little pointy end and really get into the corners, you know. Can kind of tell which ones did because it changes the color a little bit when it but not really, because when it dries back down it just changes the color from being wet, just like your hair changes. It gets a little darker when it's wet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. Now we're on the last one in this corner. And then it shouldn't take long to dry, honestly, because it is really hot where I live. And also I'm going to sit it in front of the air conditioner. So I will be back very shortly. So we can see how the blocking made it this one's already drying, the first one I did. But how the edges are kind of curled up. And that's also why in the previous video when I was doing the last Tunisian crochet square like this, I said keep the end tight, like the tension high when you reach the ends, or else it'll do this. This this is the one, this is the end on this one where it has issues because it kind of is a little curly and loose over there. You can identify which side on each one of these. On this one it's this side, on this one it's this side, so just be careful about that tension, or you know, you'll have to deal with this like me. So we're over here by the loud air conditioner taking these pins out, and you can see taking the pins out that it's laying flat now. So this one is completely unpinned now, and it's laying mostly flat except for the sides that I'm gonna go back and hit all the sides once I get these unpinned. So now they're all unpinned, but they're still flat, much flatter than when they were curled up in a little roll, like a little Swiss roll. But these edges still curl up because I couldn't get to them with them being where the pins were. So now we're gonna hit the edges and then smush them with a heavy book and let them dry again. Back on the floor again. Sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor again. Flip this over, I guess. Okay. Alright, so this one, I ironed the sides, and you can see the difference because this one's edges are still a little curly. This one I ironed down, and we'll just put that to the side. Oh, I gotta hold this somehow with my foot. That's how we're gonna do it. Okay. And then just see how it's steaming and ironing. Steaming and ironing. Like that. Ugh. Oh, this is an awkward position to sit in. Okay, so we got 3 done and 3 not done. There's my son's dirty foot. Yep, okay. And yeah, we're gonna do these 3, and then I'm gonna put some heavy books on top and let them dry. Heavy books, yeah. He sniffed it. This is my level 3 ASD middle child, my son. Sweet. He's interested. Don't touch it! Close one, honestly. He's okay. But I'm sweating. It is hot. It's like our air conditioners aren't doing anything. Living in the South. Went to open house for the elementary school today, and it was just hot. It's just hot. Everybody's sweating, but that'll do for that. And then we will put some heavy books on top and let it dry again, and then they will be ready to have the duplicate stitch done. So I can make Zubat, I can make the other Pokemon that are planned for the purple squares. So, and there you have it. Look at that. Freaking slap some heavy books on here. Okay. Ooh, that's not even covered all the way. Let me just go like that. And that'll do. Last little part of the video. I'm gonna move these books, and they're flat now. Ready for me to do that duplicate stitch on the front knit side. And yeah, they're not perfectly even. Like I said, I gotta figure out how to put them all together, but we'll get there when we get there.